Who is floppy?
Ugh.
Like my penis.
I can't find a face. That one ain't working.
How's this
That
one
one's not
look?
even lined
That
up.
one's not.
Are you eating marshmallows?
Correct.
That is
Without
not
me?
Correct.
No, I know. It's fine. I'm just
Because according to the Encyclopedia...
I love this one. This is so broken.
Tap, 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 tap. Hello.
Look at Matt.
Hello.
80% of boys have girlfriends. Rest of 20% have
No, that's
brain.
just what I was doing earlier.
Rest
I would
of
like one brain, please.
20%.
Yep. That's what it says.
All right, well, I'm gonna let you get to it.
Okay.
This is pretty much just a podcast now.
Autumn vibes. I'm gonna find a good one. A good Cranksgiving one. That's just when I jerk off all day.
Cranksgiving. So just like normal days.
Heyo.
You're like, hey, I'm glad I work at home now because I was getting in a lot of trouble with HR.
Yeah. Just gotta make sure you turn off your webcam.
Yeah.
Joe is the 46th president of the USA. No, he's not, and I'm tired of you pretending he will be.
Is that a Joker
Did
thing?
you see that the Trump administration has said the transition team can start?
Yeah.
But he said, but we're not done yet. And it's like, okay, yeah, they're giving up now.
Yeah. We've only lost every lawsuit we tried to file.
I'm ruining my lipstick. Watch.
Do you guys come every time you see our boys in blue?
What?
Oh, jeez,
I
John.
might be crazy, but I'll hold you down and love the shit out of you.
Stop reading
Oh.
the Facebook hell channel.
Matt,
I'm infamously known,
We
as
live
the
in a
real
society.
manifestation of the
Matt-
Joker, aka the Clown Prince of Crime, aka the Jester of Genocide. I wasn't born. I was created when the world treated me like a monster, so I became one.
Matt, is that the full-on clown meme? It's almost.
I don't blame
I don't know. It's
people
just
for
called
talking
three.
behind my back.
Yeah,
They have
it does
obviously
look like
heard
it.
what happens when you talk shit to my face. Not all men destroy, some fix the disaster of others. And then, like, the Joker
Watching
giving
ads
cunnilingus
on
to,
thing, but I'm gonna get levels after that.
don't worry, Leto will make us proud.
All right.
Yeah, with his fucking weird
This
cult
is John
island.
talking at his, oh, I actually gotta move my mic. All right, now my mic is at the correct distance from my mouth, and then we're gonna do Matt and then everybody else.
Sup, nerds? My name's Matt, and I'm here to fuck.
Hey, Matt, you look black and white. It's beautiful.
It's not my fault. I took the Viagra, but even drugged, he sees it's you. Ugly
Hey,
wife.
Matt.
Yes,
Matt, you got a reverb on everybody that's not you.
that's because I had my speakers on, but they're off now. It's all good.
All right, this is John talking now, and then everybody else.
This is Matt, and I'm here to be friendly and have a nice time.
Matt is no longer black and white, so I'm assuming he's racist.
No, I have.
Yes, Dan.
I
I
have
know the
cry
doctor
mascara.
said you should get plenty of rest to get rid of your cold, but that was 9 years ago.
All right, this is John talking again. I moved my mic, and then I want to get Matt and TJ and Spink.
I wish John would stop moving his fucking mic.
Yeah, you should be moving your John and Todd.
How about you pull up your dang pants while you're at it? This says a lot about our society.
Does it? Does it really?
Dr. Pepper
Hey, we're good.
Cherry.
We're good.
makes you think?
Hashtag not sponsored. I should probably put that in chat. Otherwise, people might think we're sponsored. Also,
We
Matt,
hate
your
Trump because he is racist. You hate
Um,
Obama because you're racist. Nope. You hate Trump because he says things that hurt your feelings and shatter your delusions. We hated Obama because he was one of you. Retweeted by the common sense conservative.
Matt, your chat doesn't show up on your stream anymore. Just heads
You
up.
may call me a loser, but in the gaming world, you're the loser.
I've been defeated by facts and logic. Ooh.
Let me hold on. Let me. Where's the fucking? Let me.
Don't worry about it. Just start the show.
Let me.
We'll get it later.
Let me. Let me. Let me. Let me. What the fuck? Oh, it's locked. That's why. I guess this one never made it to the whole resizing party that all the other things did when I brought the resolution down like a million years ago.
Brought the resolution down from what? To a
1080.
4K canvas? Wait,
No,
why is your
my canvas was 1080 and I was outputting at like 720, and I didn't realize that was causing a lot of excess
that's fair.
processing.
It's easy if you integer scale. So, canvas at 1080, then stream at 540, but you don't want it that low right now. Although you could have the bitrate for the audio still fine. 69420. Thank you.
I don't know if that's working. No, that's the alert box. Fuck you.
Whatever. We're good.
Yeah, John, start the fucking podcast.
Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 419.
Oh, no, that's working.
No, that's off by 3. Is it?
422.
Why don't you bring it to front? That's just
Guys,
the
ready?
easiest way. Yeah.
Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 416. I'm your host, as always, John_Danger, and I am joined by my beautiful co-hosts.
Matt Hag.
TJ at May of May, or whatever I am now.
Matt Hag.
There are two of us. We are Legion.
So what's going on, everybody?
I heard that Joe Biden is the president.
Joe Biden?
Yeah.
Joe Biden.
Biden.
Yeah, so gotta love this world that we live in. So what's everybody been up to?
Well,
I know what Spanky and John have been doing.
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, it was pre-patch, and now you got Shadowlands out for WoW of Warcraft.
Wow of Wowcraft.
World of Warcraft Shadowlands.
World
is the
of
expansion that
Wowcraft.
just came out. Shadowlands.
Mm-hmm.
Shadowlands.
I look forward to playing that in 15 years.
Yeah, when it's World of Warcraft Shadowlands Classic.
Yeah.
Nice. There's just a lot going on right now. We got Shadowlands, we got fucking World of Warcraft Classic new raid tiers coming out. Like, it's fucking popping off.
So what's the new pay-to-win game-breaking stuff that they put in Shadowlands?
Well, I don't know. I'm only level 52, so I don't know what they've done yet.
Did they add like mounts that can clip through the terrain or something?
No, that's already in Classic. That people clip through the terrain. I have seen that. That's like a popular bug right now. People are like clipping through the terrain.
That and like fly hacking. I don't understand how like the engine even allows that to be possible, even if you're like hacking it.
GMs can fly.
Oh, so it's just like tricking
It's
the
just built
game into
in.
thinking you have a GM
Yeah,
powers.
basically. Well,
Oh,
I think
okay.
part of it is I believe that World of Warcraft is a game that takes a lot of client input into the game. Like, so you actually have a lot of power on your client, like to manipulate the game. It isn't like wholly server side. So I was watching. Actually, there's a really cool video on YouTube, and it was some guy who was going around to all the private servers and trying all the different types of hacks, and it was just like seeing what he could get away with and how long it would last in each server. And it was just kind of like seeing how the private servers fared versus like regular classic servers, and they all like kicked him off. Like a lot of them had like just auto bans immediately, which definitely doesn't happen in classic.
No.
So it was just kind of
Classic
funny.
is just like, hey, you're still paying a subscription? All right, cool.
Yeah, the incentive there to catch the cheaters is less strong, I think.
But I think Classic has less people working on it than most private servers.
that could be possible. That's just the way Blizzard is. I mean, they're firing everybody. I mean, how many people?
Hey, they're
have
a
they
small
fired this
indie
year?
game company.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Blizzard Entertainment layoff. Let's see here. This was in 2019 from Polygon.com. 12 months of record-setting financial performance, and that is 800 people being laid off. That seems to be how it works, right? When a company is making record-setting money, they lay off 800 people.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they
Sounds
do
right.
because it's not that fucking world that the boomers are like, no, you work for a company and they'll stand by you. No, companies just like want to use you for like however much they can make and then fire you before you have any chance to benefit. And then hire people at half
we
what
can
they
get
paid
this
you.
cheaper if we just outsource it to Tencent. Awesome.
Exactly.
Although I'm reading an interesting article now from WCCF Tech. Let's see here. Activision Blizzard needs to hire 2,000 after their mass layoffs.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. They fire people who like have gotten raises so that they can just pocket all that fucking raise money and hire people at the base wage. Because it's a fucking shit show. Capitalism is not good. It's a hot take, and I'm gonna stand by it.
Mm-hmm. It's just insane. Like
Joseph Stalin Biden's America, I guess.
Joseph Hussein, fucking Hunter Biden.
Yeah. Joseph Stalin Hussein Hunter S. Thompson Biden.
That's the lesson for all you people out there. Don't ever trust an employer ever.
No.
Yeah.
They will only.
I mean, especially if you've never met the owner of the company, like if you're working for a place where that's like franchised, don't fucking trust that place to.
Oh God, no.
Have any concern for you.
Actually, I have a really good, interesting article that I saw pop up that kind of made me talk about this. Is a college student behind a massively popular paint mixing TikTok page was fired from Sherwin-Williams.
No.
An Ohio University senior who worked part-time at a local Sherwin-Williams store was fired after the company discovered his popular paint mixing TikTok channel, which currently had over 1.2 million followers.
It's great that they did that instead of like giving him a social media management position. Like,
yeah. Tony Pilosino said, for months you've been pointing to his viral account as an example of what Sherwin-Williams could do on social media by marketing its brand to a younger audience. Like, I've watched some videos on that channel that were on this article, and he just basically puts like you get like the white base paint, and then he puts like drops of the color into it, and then he does the stirring to like mix it, and you kind of like figure out what it's going to be. You know, you're like, oh, it's purple, cool.
Yeah, I watch someone who duets with that, so yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. But instead, it led corporate personnel to investigate his social media account, and they ultimately fired him after determining he was making these videos during his, quote, working hours and with company equipment.
Oh my God.
According to termination papers Pilosino provided to BuzzFeed, the official offense the company handed down to him was gross misconduct, which included the offenses of wasting properties and facilities and seriously embarrassing the company or its products.
That's got to be from like some 90-year-old executive. Like, we can't be on one of the video thingies.
So does
That's
that-
what the kids do. That's not what serious adults do.
Does that
That's
guy have a
embarrassing
job at
to
another
me.
paint company yet? Because it kind of seems like they would...
Shortly after this story was published, the company spokesperson told BuzzFeed News that it was due to a customer complaint about his TikToks that was terminated his employment.
Yeah. Of course it was.
He did admit to filming TikToks while he was already mixing paints for customers when he started his channel in December of 2019. But as the page grew, he committed to purchasing cans of paint with his employee discount.
So he wasn't even wasting company property.
No. They accused me of stealing. I told them that all of the paint that was used was purchased. They made me answer a bunch of questions like when I was doing this, where, if anyone was in the store while I was filming. There was never anyone with me when I was doing it. He said he'd been working at Sherwin-Williams store in Athens, Ohio for 3 years as a senior sales associate when he began recording and posting his paint mixing. I just downloaded TikToks and the videos took off almost immediately. When we were slow, I was making videos showing off the process of it all.
Yeah, because, during the remember, he started his fucking account in December of 2019. So you got to think, who the fuck in the middle of a pandemic is going to brave the virus to go to fucking Sherwin-Williams? So you know that they're like slow a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of mesmerizing, like watching these videos, because it's kind of cool. I understand the point of it. Like, he was fired
like
in
bath bomb videos.
Yeah.
It's like, here, we're just going to put a bath bomb into a tub and it's going to change colors and foam and do weird shit. And it just looks cool.
Oh my God. Here, I'll keep reading. He said he fell in love with paint, mixing colors when he started working at local Sherwin-Williams. I love the job immediately. I love how you would blend the colors together and what goes on with it. It's hard to explain. I really do enjoy mixing paint. I like showing off what I could do. Sometime in March or April, he began assessing his TikTok as a marketing opportunity for Sherwin-Williams. He created a pitch deck to show the company how TikTok has a younger base and develop brand awareness through TikTok. He said he presented his pitch to his manager and a sales rep at the store who loved it and was given a contact at the marketing department of the company's headquarters. So his personal manager and another person at the store said, "That's great. This is awesome. You should talk to corporate about this. Like, this could be a big deal." And so he emailed the marketing contact about 2 or 3 times, even reached out to them on LinkedIn. It took 2 months to get a response from them. He basically said, "Oh, there aren't really any promotions going on there, so I don't need to watch your presentation." However, a month later, he got a call from their loss prevention department about a social media account. Apparently, the marketing pitch and calls company get about experimental paint mixing inspired by his TikToks had put the company on high alert. They had specifically received a high volume of people inquiring about mixing blueberries into their paint because of one of his viral TikToks where he puts a bunch of crushed blueberries in a paint can and then mixes it. I think so. Customers are basically like, I want that. Can I get the blueberry paint? Basically, off this TikTok.
Oh.
And so basically he was like generating lots of fucking like buzz for the company. He was fired. His formal termination letter signed by his district manager said he admitted to making TikToks during working hours, sometimes after work. At times when making the videos, you use company tint machines while both on and off the clock for your personal use. Upon conclusion of our investigation, it has been determined you are in violation of several gross misconduct policies. He was baffled. "I never got a chance to tell my side of the story. I thought an HR person would call me about it, but I never talked to them." He said, "I was pissed off at first, but there's nothing I could do." They said a customer's concerns are what got him. So yeah, he said, "I'll continue to do the paint mixing TikToks." I bought some equipment to do it, and I just go to Lowe's to buy paint now.
Yep.
And before he gets fucking in a video for Lowe's that gets played on like the fucking Super Bowl or some shit like that.
Yeah.
It is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, this is what, like, again, like we said, like, this is why millennials and other, people are just really burnt out with corporate culture, because you have a person who's going above and beyond their basic ass job to try and like make this company more money, and their first response is to fire the fucking guy.
Yeah.
Like, are you fucking serious? At the very least, you got to say, well, we're going to discipline you for that. But that's like really, it's, it's just stupid. I mean, it's like that bureaucratic culture that sucks in a lot of companies.
Yeah. Meanwhile, my new boss is an app, which is totally cool.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. How's that? What's going on, Matt?
It's going. So I started driving for Uber Eats, and
You're in the gig culture now.
I definitely feel a little bit guilty about working for Uber, but whatever. Got to make some money.
Yeah, that's fine. There is no ethical consumption under capitalism, Matt.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it. It's all bad. You do what you have to do.
And it's like, is me delivering some Taco Bell to somebody really gonna affect their corporate culture? Because that's the real problem with Uber. But anyway,
that's true.
Yeah, it's very easy to trick myself into believing I'm my own boss when I'm doing deliveries and stuff. I'm a big fan of it.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, the only rule with that is get the order right, go fast, and do whatever the fuck you want. Mm-hmm. So I can mix as much paint as I want.
That's true. You could get a paint mixer in your car and do TikTok videos while you're driving. Have you thought of doing TikTok videos of what you should do? You should just live stream yourself.
Live stream my driving. I feel like that would be a whole different set of issues.
I guarantee you people would fucking be into that, though.
I've been thinking of doing that, but I'm boring as fuck. So yeah, Matt, you do.
I don't know, dude. No. Like there is what's it called? Boring TV.
Slow TV.
Slow TV. Thank you. That's like a thing. I love slow TV. I actually got way into a bunch of YouTube channels that are like that.
There's a YouTube channel I used to watch that was of a guy who did carpet cleaning, and it's just these fucking videos of him cleaning carpets, and like he'll go into this huge house, and it's this giant, like huge room, and it just like does him doing all like the different like vacuuming it and like very clean lines, like vacuuming each of it, and then like doing the shampooing and then letting it sit and then doing like the wet vacuum and all that stuff like that. Then there's ones where he'll take rugs back to the shop and he'll like put the rug on this thing where the water pushes through all this crazy stuff. And all he's doing is his regular ass job with a camera set up. But it's just like I'm watching someone get shit done, and it's just like it requires no input or thought from me at all.
Yeah,
it's
like,
kind of
if
like
you just look up slow TV on YouTube, and you'll get lots of stuff like this 9-hour train journey in Norway in winter. It's just the view from the front of the train.
Yeah,
but like I don't know. It's like stuff that I like to put on.
Tom Scott has a several-hour video of a loaf of bread going into the stratosphere.
Oh, that's right. No, garlic bread. Yeah,
yeah. So
and then they ate it when it came back down.
It's very exciting at the beginning, and then like as you get less and less air, it just like becomes eerily quiet, and you're just gonna stare at this bread. It's kind of like the Starman live feed when that went into space.
Yeah. True.
Was that the Red Bull drop?
No, there was the.
No,
it
Starman was
the
the
Tesla car.
Okay.
God, I fucking love that guy named himself like a company after fucking Tesla, and he's such a fucking not Tesla.
He's very much an Edison.
Exactly.
He's a corporate knobhead. Yeah.
It's just so funny. Yeah, man. Corporations suck. Don't ever work for a company, but you have to. So
yeah,
or get your own, because I have now filed for my LLC.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Spanky, can I get a job at your LLC?
I didn't have
Spanky. Me?
Did you forget what TJ's name is?
John. I file for the LLC.
John, are you with us?
What?
John doesn't even know I'm here.
He's not even paying attention to this conversation at all.
What are you talking about?
John, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
TJ
John, what are you saying?
I am paying attention to the conversation.
John,
Spanky's
we can't
clearly
hear you. Are
doing
you
something
saying
else.
anything?
John, are you there?
Oh, fuck off.
You're both on WoW, aren't you?
I am not playing WoW. I'm looking up slow TV right now, what I was talking about.
Okay.
I've
Well-
become mesmerized by this train journey to the Antarctic Circle, or the Arctic Circle. The Antarctic Circle train journey would be very
The
interesting.
Antarctic Circle.
There's something else about that. No, but like I found these YouTube videos of people just reviewing train rides. Like train ride from New York to LA review. And
Yeah.
the guy doesn't talk in them. He just like walks around and like shows off all the parts of the train.
So TJ, how's your LLC going?
Well, I have to wait for official confirmation that I've got the name locked down, which I had to add some stuff just to make sure it wasn't, because we talked about this
Like
on the last
XXX
podcast.
69420.
Almost that. So my LLC's abbreviation's quite a bit longer because A, I have to have LLC in it, and B, I added some stuff just because I wanted to highlight it's for certain things. So the abbreviation is now FFS TJM LLC.
For fuck's sake, TJMA LLC.
Yes, that's why I kept it that way. But it's 457 tax and joint media because I'll be doing tax, and if for some reason I need to repurpose it for my Twitch crap, that's the joint media.
That's funny.
So I'm hoping it sticks because 457 consulting was already a thing in Illinois. It has
Is
something to do with
457 an area code? Or
457B is some sort of special retirement fund or something. So I'm imagining
my
that
retirement fund is a 42069K.
I saw a fancy like street racing car the other day, and its license plate was LOL 401k. Because presumably they spent that on the car.
Oh, probably. But
So can I
kinda
get my
want dog-
taxes for free?
I gave my dog a bunch of cheese and now
Well-
she's passed out in the doorway.
A, I haven't finished learning about how to do taxes, let
Mhm.
alone the Schedule C, and B,
Yeah, TJ, can you do my taxes for me?
TJ,
God
can you
damn it.
do my taxes for me for free?
I'll pay you.
TJ.
I won't.
yeah, I know you. I know the two of them won't.
I'll pay you whatever your normal rate is because I'm a good
I don't even know
person.
what my normal rate is.
You
at
can
this
mine
point.
will be just a
$1.
write off because I'm a charity case.
Well, TJ, you need to learn how to do taxes. So why don't you learn how to do them with me?
I am already learning how to do taxes.
No, learn how to do them with me.
Oh fuck.
Uh,
I'm technically only set right now to do business personal property tax, but if you want me to do income tax, I got to finish this income tax course, which I have another like 3 weeks left.
Just give me a couple months to get some property. I mean, it can't be that hard, right?
But fuck it. There's been some video game news this week.
Video games.
Well, I guess all the games we talked about the past couple of weeks are now out. But just today, Square Enix had a countdown site set up in the style of their action RPG from the DS, The World Ends With You.
Okay.
And today they officially announced that they are doing a direct sequel called Neo: The World Ends With You. That's coming to PS4 and Switch this summer.
And
Those
it's a
coming
Matrix
summer?
game.
Kind of.
So these games are made by Tetsuya Nomura, who does
Yes.
Kingdom Hearts.
So it's emo characters that are all like preteens, something weird. And in this case, the weird thing is, hey, I'm dead and I want to come back to life, so I have to fight in this Fight for Your Life Reapers game. But this one's going to be done more like a straight up action RPG, almost like a Monster Hunter or a Soul Sacrifice, where you control one of 4 characters simultaneously. A couple old characters coming back, but you're playing as a new protagonist.
that's really interesting. Like they change it up like that, I guess.
And The World Ends With You, fucking bopping soundtrack.
Yeah,
Highly recommend it.
That's
Great
a game that I've
soundtrack. The
heard
game is
everyone-
boring as fuck, though.
I love the game.
No, I do not like The World Ends With You. It is
DS
boring as hell.
DS version was better than the Switch version. Plus, I love the
Maybe,
mini.
but it was boring as shit.
Plus, I love the mini game Tin Pin Slammer, where you like knock the circles off the table.
I feel like that's a menu item at Denny's.
Oh yeah, the 10 pins. One.
I love myself a 10-pin slammer, baby. Slam it down.
Can't wait for the pandemic to be over so I can go back to Denny's. And
I can go to, you can get Denny's takeaway.
oh, probably.
Why would you, though? Why would you bring that type of depression home?
Yeah.
Spanky,
Why would
it's-
you poison the place you live?
Spanky, it's not Perkins.
Oh, God.
Perkins, our only Perkins that we had in Springfield shut down. I can't even go to Perkins anymore.
Yeah,
Good. Denny's
Yeah.
is better than that.
I don't know if Madison's still one shut down. The other one, I'm not sure.
There is
about.
the one by East Town Mall is still open.
Oh, okay.
Perkins was okay at best, but I did love on March 14th they had free pie.
Oh, Pie Day.
Yeah,
Pie Day free pie. Yeah.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
and then they
We got the
often have
Hubbard
deals
Avenue
too.
Diner for that shit.
Yeah,
Boy.
they often have deals where they have at Perkins where it's like you get a dinner and then it's like $1 for a slice of pie or something. Like what a fucking deal that is.
I think it
When
was
I
like a
think of
Monday
Perkins-
free pie or something like that.
When I think of Perkins, I think of one time when I was having brunch with my great grandma and like probably my grandma and other people there, and she was like cutting something, and then her hand got stuck in the hold the knife position, and then she manually straightened it out with the other hand, and I was like, I never want to fucking get old.
That is true.
So I guess Perkins makes me think of the slow march of death.
The one day I did DoorDash in Green Bay, I did a delivery from Perkins.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Some like muffins or something?
I don't even remember what I delivered.
You get
It
good
was
muffins,
it was
too.
lunchtime.
Can you imagine going to Perkins for lunch by choice?
I mean, I've done it for like on a road trip.
Nah, Perkins
like-
was
that's the
strictly
best
like
part.
a 1 a.m. meal for me or whatever. Whenever they closed. Like it was usually
yeah.
going after something.
Well, there's
Best-
some of them that are open 24 hours.
Yeah, that must be it then.
Yeah, for sure. I know Adam Ham of the podcast. He hasn't been canceled yet, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. He's
we'll
got
see.
that neck beard. He's gonna
We
get
can-
canceled pretty soon.
we can still talk about him. But
Yeah.
he used
Not
to
like
go
we
there.
don't talk about the member of the podcast that should be canceled.
No, we can't talk about Lance ever. We
Yeah,
can't
come
even
on,
name
don't talk about Mercury like that.
Oh, poor Mercury.
We still have 4 episodes. We got to get Matt on.
Yeah, Matt, come on.
Yeah, we gotta get
Oh,
Matt
not
on.
Matt. Yeah, I can't fucking talk to
No,
I do not want
God
Matt
damn it.
on this podcast.
Oh, okay,
Um,
bye.
So
I gotta leave my computer in the call so that it keeps broadcasting. I'll just
Yeah.
go like to the other room or something.
so
I mean, you're
Adam
already
used
a
to go
pie.
to-
It's fine.
Adam worked like I think third shift or was it? No, he worked second shift. I don't know. Anyway, he used to go to Perkins for pie and like food after his shift alone. And I was like, man, I wish I had the confidence to eat alone at a restaurant. Except
It's
for
not hard.
but that's like the worst part about like a business trip when you're doing like a business trip for business and you're alone is that you got to go eat at a restaurant alone. You can always tell the people at like a hotel restaurant that are there for
No,
business because they're sitting alone at a table with a book.
you're never alone if you have your phone with you.
Yeah.
Playing some Among Us or texting some hot babes.
Yeah, Tinder.
Yeah,
Oh wait, they did say that there are hot single moms in my area,
in my area. Yes.
so maybe I should check that out next time I'm traveling. Guys, you ready for another story?
It's cute that
Yeah,
you
what's
think
up?
you'll travel again eventually.
Is it
Matt?
a ship?
Nope,
Are we shipping? No.
nope. Managers at a Tyson pork plant place bets on how many workers would get COVID-19.
Yes.
The lawsuit alleges.
I heard about that.
How
So-
is that illegal?
You mean how is that legal?
No. I said how. I mean, there's a lawsuit that says that.
Correct. Yep. Well, this is a lawsuit by one of the
No, that
employees.
is
who was
extremely
sick.
shitty. But is it illegal?
I
Well,
think
I'm
it's
not
some
saying
kind of
that it's illegal.
harassment.
Well, no, you'll see. Managers at the Tyson Foods plant in Waterloo, Iowa, rejected pleas from local officials to temporarily shut down during the pandemic, and placed bets on how many workers would end up getting COVID-19. The family of Isidro Fernandez, a worker at a plant who died of COVID-19, filed the lawsuit alleging Tyson Foods downplayed the spread of the coronavirus among its workforce and incentivized employees to come in even when they were sick. At least one worker at the facility vomited on the production line, and management allowed him to continue working and return the next day. Then, as workers were being infected with COVID-19, a plant manager organized a cash buy-in, winner-take-all betting pool to see how many workers would end up testing positive for the virus.
That's like
Was this in
some
Missouri?
trading.
Was this in Kansas City, Missouri?
That's
No,
some
this is
trading
in
places
Waterloo,
shit.
Iowa.
Okay.
This is literally like the jungle
Oh,
up
yeah.
in Sinclair. Like, it's a meat packing plant as well. The working conditions were so dire that attorneys for the Fernandez family alleged that a local sheriff said that the working conditions shook him to the core. Fernandez, who died on April 20th, is one of about 2,800 workers in the facility, which processed 19,000 pigs a day. The company did shut down operations on April 22nd after all the hog carcasses
I
from
think
its
we
cooler
should
were
not call
processed.
them pigs, and we should call them men and women in our police force.
Okay. But then, the outbreak had spread through the workforce. 5 workers of the plant have so far died, according to the complaint. More than 1,000 infections amongst the employees out of the 2,800. Jesus.
That's absolutely insane.
We're saddened by the loss of any Tyson team member and sympathize with their families, company said in a statement. Our top priority is the health and safety of workers. We've implemented
No,
a
it's
host of protective
not.
measures.
That's a lie, and we all know it.
Yeah, what is it? What is the Joker line? I'm tired of pretending to.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm tired of pretending.
No, it's not.
Whatever.
I'm tired of pretending it is or something.
Yeah, exactly. That's not the truth. We are extremely upset about the accusations involving some of the leadership. You expect blah, 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 corporate speak, blah, blah, blah. They said they implemented a task force to address the impact of the virus on educated employees in multiple languages and told workers to stay home if they didn't feel well. But if you don't come in, we will fire you.
Yeah.
Like, that's the kind of shit.
Yeah.
They said the family this is why there's a lawsuit. The family alleged that they did the opposite, including encouraging workers to finish their shifts when they felt sick and offering bonuses if employees who were sick to come in and not call in. Let's see here. They filed the lawsuit in state court, but it was moved to federal court. After the plant had remained open during the pandemic at the request of President Donald Trump to preserve the food supply chain. The lawsuit, let's see here, not providing adequate safety equipment, making them work on a crowded floor, and incentivizing employees with a $500 thank you bonus for showing up despite being sick. Tyson Foods said in that statement, so we were one of the first companies to take workers' temperatures before coming into work. Yeah, but they didn't fucking make them go home if they had a fever, probably.
Yeah.
And also, you don't have to have a
we
fever
checked
to
their
be...
temperature, and then we told them to stand 6 feet away if they were going to die soon.
Yeah. Let's see here. By late March or early April, supervisory defendants and most managers of the Waterloo facility started to avoid the plant floor because they were afraid of contracting the virus, the complaint alleges. Instead, the managers and higher level supervisors delegated duties to low level supervisors. Like they're basically all the fucking people that it's like such fucking insane corporate culture. Like these managers were like, well, I'm not going to go down to the production floor because I don't want to get sick, but we'll make these people come in anyway. A couple dozen went to the emergency room because they were sick. That's it. So there's another great corporate situation, huh?
Get that paper.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
We
Also,
like this.
guys, the cruise ship in the Caribbean, you can go on cruises again. Although one of the cruises has a COVID-19 outbreak now. So
Oh,
I
we
feel
could have
like
seen
I would've
that
after the
thought.
coming.
first cruises that couldn't like come to shore forever because of the COVID-19, people like should not expect that any cruise is safe until this shit's all over.
it is absolutely idiotic. Like, humans are fucking stupid.
Yes.
Like we're just like,
Yeah.
I mean, and it's not
all
even
the
that.
zombie movies are true, you guys. Turns out we're all fucking dumb.
Yeah, no, it's literally like just the just not learning. You know what I mean? Like it's capitalism is corrupting the brains of people. Because why are people going on cruises? People are going on cruises because I'll hear fucking like people I know from high school and stuff being like, so fucking cheap to get flights right now. You should
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, like Jesus, this is like fucking your fucking money is speaking over your health. Like it's just insane.
At the best of times, a cruise ship is just like a petri dish full of diarrhea. And right now, it's even
Yeah.
worse.
I played bass for a petri dish full of diarrhea.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
Do you guys want to go on a cruise? It's kind of born in the 80s cruise.
You guys do want to do a Born in the 80s cruise?
Yeah.
Ding ding.
Sure.
I really wish that I'll find a relationships now because we're talking about
Yeah.
I gotta go to Twitter though.
I mean, that was the best segue ever.
Yeah.
I know.
You
Had
can
we had
fix
it.
this in post, right?
Yeah, I'll definitely fix this in post. You guys,
Okay. Yeah, of course.
keep talking about some other stuff.
Yeah. Well, this
yeah,
is
stuff
all
that
going to
we're
get
not gonna-
cut out, right? So we
I
can just
had a
say
friend
whatever.
over on Saturday, and we watched the new Mutants movie.
Yeah, talk about the New Mutants. I'll find a ship, and then we'll all
And
cut together.
Oh
that
my
movie's
God.
bad, but it's not bad in the way that like Dark Phoenix, the last fucking X-Men movie, is bad. It's bad because I don't really know that it had a reason to be made. The entire plot is this: young mutants go to this asylum thing to be helped into becoming new X-Men or whatever. And then the lady, who was obviously a bad guy, gets an email that says, kill the one that's causing the most damage. And then she tries to, and then obviously it doesn't work because she's the main character. And then we get to see a baby dragon and a demon bear kill shit for half an hour. That's the entirety of the movie. There's literally no more plot than that. There's none. I'm not just skimming over plot. I've spoiled the entirety of the plot for the New Mutants for you.
Okay.
I think I'm in, actually. That sounds great.
And it was fine. Like, it was fine. It had no reason to exist. Now, the absolute worst part of it for me was Charlie Heaton, the guy who he's in Stranger Things, who plays Will Byers' brother, Jonathan. He can't do a Southern accent at all. He cannot. Like, it sounds so bad because, like, he plays this guy from Kentucky, and he's like, y'all, I was down in the mines with my papa, and it's like, Charlie Heaton, that's
not Appalachian at all. What the fuck?
So Charlie Heaton's accent was fucking terrible and like egregiously bad, to the point where if he had just done like a vague American accent rather than try to be from Kentucky, it would have been so much better. Because I went down in the mines with my pa, and he couldn't do it. Like he couldn't draw correctly and whatever. So that was pretty egregious. I felt personally offended. My cultural heritage was appropriated by Charlie Heaton. But Maisie Williams and
Is it distracting that all of the actors are like 10 years younger than they are now because this was filmed a million years ago?
So it was filmed in, I think, the late 2016 and early 2017. So while it feels 10 years ago because of COVID, it was only 3 years ago. But whenever they restart, so this film, like, work on it got stopped because of the whole Disney buying Fox thing was imminent. And that was in 2017. And then they said, okay, you can restart work on it and finish it out, and we can put it in theaters. And they said this in like January of this year. So they said, don't even fucking do anything to it for 3 years. And they said, all right, you can do stuff. And the director gave it an interview, or not the director original because he left. But one of the directors like that was assigned to it like now is like we would like to do reshoots, but you know, Maisie Williams could probably still pull off her self from 3 years ago. She's got that, but like the guys, especially like Charlie Heaton and the dude who plays Sunspot, no, they do not look like teenagers anymore. They just don't. It would be too noticeable if they did any reshoots without reshooting the entire film with them. So they're just like, we're not going to reshoot it. And they tried to cut it in a way where it was more of a horror movie. And I think it worked really well, except for that they didn't have the shots they needed to reshoot to do it. So like you could tell the scenes that were naturally going to work for it did really well. And then the scenes that didn't sucked. It had Maisie Williams and the girl who plays Danny. They were lesbians in it. And it was fairly well done. But also Sunspot and Cannonball were the gayest I've ever seen two guys in any movie that also had the same movie like have him interrupt and say, I'm gonna marry that girl. It's like, no, you guys are this is the gayest writing I've ever seen in my life. There's this part in this movie where Cannonball and Sunspot are in the laundry room together, alone, and Cannonball's just sitting there being all broody and weird, and Sunspot's doing his laundry in his fucking wife beater with his muscles out. And as he's putting his shirt into the dryer, or he's throwing his shirt away, not like away, but he just like looks at it and doesn't put it in the washing machine and like tosses it to the side. And Cannonball's like, you just throw away your shirts if they get dirty? And fucking Sunspot's like, no, you want it? And he gives him his shirt and he's like, cool. And it's like, this is so gay. They are boyfriends. And then later in the movie, it's like, how many girls you been with? And it's like, oh, shut up. They're fucking gay. Quit doing that shit.
This really struck a nerve with you, Spanky.
It did, because, well, what it is because, like, we've hit the part of, like, you know, corporate, you know, Brave Maeve kind of corporate gay, where like lesbians are seen as very tasteful.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But, like,
I mean, you've got the fucking, what is it, the Christmas Hope or whatever, the fucking Kirsten Stewart and Mackenzie Davis, like lesbian holiday.
And it has to be a very specific
that can be who it is.
Lesbian.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like,
it's got to be the hot lesbian.
Research
it has to
finds
be the
that
kind of
people are
lesbian
more
where one of them
comfortable
has
if
short hair and one of them has long hair. And it's like just like, how close can we get this to looking heterosexual without it being heterosexual? And you can't do that with two guys, so that's why you don't see that shit. Like any regular Disney movie doesn't have a fucking like two guys in a gay relationship because it's not tasteful enough now. And that's exactly what this shit was. Because you could tell one of the writers who did the screenplay for this was like, oh, there's a gay couple in this. I bet it's probably these two. I'm just going to go ahead and write all these scenes where they're clearly flirting with each other. And then someone else got their script, like their like edits to it. And they're like, oh, no one told him it was the lesbians. Let's go ahead and add a scene where they ask how many girls they had sex with. And then do another scene where he says he's going to marry this girl. Yeah. And like, they never elaborate or expand upon it. They just make those two comments to make sure you know there's only one gay couple in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, all in all, it doesn't really matter because the series is canceled. All of the X-Men movies are now over. They will never have another one made in that universe. Cancel culture has.
Wait, really?
Yeah, Disney is not incorporating them at all into the MCU. They're starting completely over.
Oh, wait, I thought that they didn't have rights to that though. Like the Deadpool movies are still going forward, aren't they?
No, Deadpool might be in the MCU, but there is no
confirmation. Oh, I forgot that fucking Fox got bought by Disney. God damn.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was like, those are Fox properties. Oops. Not anymore. Disney owns everything. Disney.
Yeah. Fox got bought by the mouse. So
you know what's my favorite Disney cartoon? The Simpsons.
Only the cropped and chopped version.
Yeah, that's right. You better.
It just really didn't reach its final form until then.
That's right. I can only watch it when it's been stretched from 4:3 to widescreen.
It wasn't stretched; it was cropped, which is
That's true.
arguably worse.
Well, it was cropped and
Better
then
and
re-stretched. So you have
Instead of
like a
getting, like,
limited.
all-
You have limited resolution, then you chop that off and stretch it out to fill. Oh man.
What if it was both? What if it was chopped and then like stretched up to portrait mode, and then you could put it on Quibi?
Guys, I've got some ships ready.
Oh, here we go. Bing, bing.
That's your cue, Matt.
Did you not hear that?
I did not hear that.
Oh, I heard it.
I don't know if it went out over Twitch, but regardless, bing bing.
Yeah, let's go.
My gamer wife won't pay attention to me.
Oh, God damn
This Reddit relationships post should win best screenplay.
I think
For
I've read this,
2020.
but I don't remember where.
It's good. Me and my wife are recently married,
My wife.
and I know this is a tough time for everyone. It's hard to stay busy, so people
I've
resort to video
definitely
games
read
and
this.
stuff. But recently, my wife has been playing a lot of old Guitar Hero game, and she won't pay attention to anything I say while she's playing. I think this has been shared, but we didn't talk about this on the podcast.
No, we're good. Keep going.
She won't pay attention to anything when she's playing. The only thing she talks about how she is stuck on 50% of some level. It's Crazy Train.
I love the edits for this one.
Yes,
Keep going.
this wouldn't be much of a problem, except that she hasn't stopped playing for a while now. Am I just panicking, or is Guitar Hero ruining my marriage? Edit 1. Please stop giving Guitar Hero advice. Edit 2. Lesbian marriage. It like changes everything, but also it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's important context to know, but it isn't important. This is a separate issue, but I keep bringing up my hot British neighbor to make her jealous. Is this a bad move?
Yes.
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 Also, who plays the hot British neighbor in this movie? Is it like a Keira Knightley type?
Matthew McConaughey.
No, it's got to be a woman.
It's gotta be a
lesbian
lady.
marriage.
Doesn't have to be.
Oh,
Could be
maybe
bi.
she's secretly bi. That's what's
Oh,
going
yeah.
on.
And
Okay.
it's that kid from Love Actually who looks weird now because he's all grown up.
All of them.
Yeah.
Edit 4. Stop talking about Crazy Train. Edit number 5. It's on easy mode. ... Edit number 6. She beat it. I love that one.
I remember saying I want to see this in screenplay form.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, dude. All right. Girl 22F I'm dating, 22M, is perfect, but she is convinced she's a reincarnated African slave from the 1800s.
Oh, no.
God, I hope she's white.
Oh, guarantee.
So much so she claims to relate to African American issues today. Too weird or look past?
Oh.
I'm bad at giving advice because people are like, because to me, I'm like, why would you look past it? That's obviously a deal breaker. And the answer is to have sex. And I can't relate to that. But
Okay.
again, I'm going to pipe up and say, why would you even ask that question? Why would you look past it?
This is the interesting thing that's difference between like asexual relationships and regular, not regular. Sorry,
Allosexual is the word
Thank
I'm
you.
looking for.
People
Thank
who have
you.
sex with aloe
But-
plants.
Yeah.
Aloe vera,
it's
aloe
nice
vera
and soft.
sexual.
No, they have sex with allosauruses. The little squat dinosaur. You get me real hot.
Oh yeah.
They got
called
that
a
big
scaly.
old spiky tail. Anyway, so yeah, but that's like the difference is that like you're right because like with a asexual relationship, it's like 100% personality and clicking, and this would be such a turn off because you're like, well, I can't really look past this because that's what our relationship is, and they won't stop
Yeah.
talking about being a slave in a past life. Anyway, I put perfect in quotes to make the title short. She's obviously not perfect, but it's been really, really great for after a few months at least. She is 100%, I'm assuming the word is convinced that they're missing here, that she is a slave who was kidnapped from Africa and worked on a plantation in the South until she was killed by a plantation owner's son to hide a sexual assault and pregnancy. There's a whole backstory here, guys. I try to judge her for this. I'm assuming he's saying try not to judge her for this. I want to believe in aliens and ghosts, but don't really. So I know people want to believe in stuff that makes the world a little bit more odd than it is. When it becomes weird is that she really takes on African American issues as if they're her own. I mean, it's one thing to support BLM, but she always says things like, this has never gotten better since we were forced to be here. She has never said things like this in public, but some of her Instagram posts get really close to saying, I'm one of you. My mom really likes her, which is rare for me. And advice is that her advice,
mother-in-laws, am I right?
and her advice is that my girlfriend will grow out of this, kind of like someone who's really into astrology or something. But otherwise, she's a really good person, so don't do anything drastic. I know this is reasonable, but I'm afraid she's going to blurt out something stupid and get us beat up or ostracized. What do you guys think about this?
I think this is
I think that he needs to quit being a racist.
Yeah. Stop. Just don't. Why? Just because
Stop
she's
trivializing
black
the African American issues.
Here we go. Think of it as dating someone who's really into. This is a response from someone basically who is being very generous to this person, but we'll get some more details. Think of it as dating someone who's really into comic books. Most of the time they're normal, but every now and again your eyes glaze over in a conversation. You're a bunch of like, as they go on about Superman for a bit. The only issue would be if she's white and she's trying to appropriate black identity and claim their struggles and issues apply to her. It's one thing to support and agree with those issues, and quite another thing to say that she's experienced the same discrimination. It's just spitting in everyone's faces, and it moves from a quirky personality trait to a potentially damaging mental health issue. Here's the response from the person.
She is very
she has
white.
Yes, she has a passing resemblance from Elsa from Frozen. She's so white. That's why it's very hard to hear her say things say like, we were brought here against our will, and MLK speaks for all of us who experienced racism.
Oh my god. And of course it's MLK too. Like the one like activist that white people like to talk about the most because he was nonviolent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, it's that's a real nope train.
Yeah, no kidding. For many reasons.
Anyway, and I think I had another good one. Here's a good one. Here's a fun one.
TJ, maybe you won't be able to hear it because my routing's fucked up.
Maybe you've dealt with this as a parent.
Oh, I have kids? What?
I have two daughters, Anna and Sue, 13 and 11.
Oh, his daughters aren't named Anna or Sue. He can't relate.
Well, I was away.
The next one. Find one with like a Freya.
Hey.
Did that interruption you make really make this a better podcast?
What?
I get interrupted all the time, John. You think that stops me from podcasting? You're right, it does.
Sorry, TJ. Can you tell me more about your family?
No, I don't know anything about them.
All right. Anyway, let's go on. I was trying to interrupt TJ, but he didn't even want to talk. All right.
Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen.
All right. So I have two daughters, Mary Kate and Ashley, 13 and 11. While I was away from, I told Anna that I would give her $20 if she mowed the lawn and cleaned the backyard. When I returned, the work was done and I paid her. However, I later found out that Anna had her younger sister Sue do the work and promised her $10 to do it. Now, I haven't mentioned this to Anna, but I am uncertain how to approach it. On the one hand, the work got done and Anna paid her sister what she promised her. On the other hand, Anna did not tell me how she did it, but I never really asked. She simply told me that she made sure the yard work was done and got it done. In a way, it was like she subcontracted the work to her sister or delegated the responsibility. Part of me is kind of proud about how she handled it, but another part of me is wondering if she exploited her sister, despite the fact that she paid her. Sue is all right with doing it, but I want to get some feedback on some suggestions on how she should handle this at all. I fucking love this. This kid is going to found a fucking super corporation that will like kill us all, probably.
Yeah.
Like she's already got this 13-year-old girl already has learned capitalism and is a middleman, sure.
No, she is, yeah.
Give me $20. and I'll take the credit for it. And I'll keep 10 and do nothing. This is all the responses are like, congratulations, your kid has discovered capitalism.
Yeah, and then like, of course, this guy's like, I'm kind of proud of her. Fuck off.
I don't know if there's any responses. I would definitely be like, all right, that's a pretty cool idea of what you did. And it's actually neat. But also, when I ask you to do the work, you have to do the work because your sister has her own chores that she's supposed to be doing, probably. Like. But anyway, heck, man.
All right. I have an add-on piece, and I'm getting the thing to read. My oldest 2 daughters have a contract between each other.
This is what I was saying. I was like, I guarantee there's something going on here.
Oh, yep. I'm getting it brought down here right now.
We got some good responses here while we're waiting.
Go ahead.
The gig economy is truly out of control. Sue needs to start a union. Oh, I love that. Here's a meme of a Metro News article. Hitman hires hitman who hires hitman who hires hitman who hires hitman who tells the police. Anyway, that's it, man. That's the way to do it. Like chores. Oh, TJ's getting this brought down. I don't know. We'll talk about, you guys ready to talk about core after this though, right?
Yeah. No.
Wait, Matt, did you watch the core episodes?
Which ones are those now?
Oh my god. I watched them.
They're the ones where
it's the ones after the first Avatar episode. So
it's the 4 after the first Avatar.
Not 4, 3.
I didn't see any of that shit.
Sorry. I watched 4 on accident. That's why.
Yeah, because there's 6 episodes left in the season, so we're doing 3 and then 3. But okay, we'll talk about next week then. So TJ, you have the contract?
Just about. She's texting it to me right now.
Oh, it's electronic.
It's not. It's she's taking a picture.
Oh, I thought it was okay. Is it in crayon?
It's taped on the wall. It's in pen.
Dude, I love this kind of shit, man. I didn't ever have anything like that with my brother.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Kids.
All right. This one's too real. This one's also too real. The Gamer Wife one's really good. Oh wait. Here's an old one. If we're still waiting. Oh, this one's not too long. We've been playing a lot of. We could talk about it. We've been playing a lot of ghost hunting game.
Phasmophobia, yeah.
We haven't really talked about that on the podcast, have we?
It has given me the opportunity to like play video games with John's wife.
John's wife.
Thank you.
Yeah, she doesn't have a name.
And now that I've like met her and talked to her, but John will still say my wife in conversation because of the fact that we always repeat the hilarious Borat line, my wife. Have you guys seen
you guys remember Borat?
I
heard they're making a sequel.
And John's wife was like, you don't have to call me that. Spanky has talked to me.
John's wife.
Yeah, like
But that's not why we say that.
Well, I knew John's wife before I knew John, and she's still John's wife.
That's just how it works. All right.
Okay. Once you legally own her with a marriage contract.
Yeah.
All right. So, why are you screaming?
The contract has been taken down, so war has already broke out.
It is part of it, yeah.
Okay.
Apparently, this is old, but I saw it when we were changing sheets on their bed.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's to the older one or to the middle one. I don't know, but the contract is just if I quote listen unquote with headphones / earbuds on. They're getting mad at me reading this.
Yeah, there's a lot of noise happening.
I get all candy you get from passes Which, first of all, I don't know what that means.
Like, is that like a grade, like a pass-fail thing?
I guess. I have to, quote, listen to both stories to get all the candy you get. But if I only listen to one, I only get half of the candies. If I don't, quote, listen to any, I don't get any candy. If I, quote, listen, I get to choose first. I have no idea what this is about.
What?
No.
There's
I
something
like
going
that
on
listen is always in quotes. Like, you don't have to
Yeah.
actually be listening. You just have to
Yeah,
pretend to listen.
there. And then you get the candy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the real scam right there.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
All right, guys. I kind of segued to this, but we got an r/paranormal relationship.
Wait, I have that. You guys won't be able to hear it, but that's
Okay.
fine.
Tell us when it plays.
Uh,
I really hope it doesn't play on the stream, so we're just silent and we're like, hi.
I can't. I don't know where I put it.
It's okay. I'm not even gonna say the name of this because it'll give away too much. I've always been interested in the paranormal and wanted to experience more. Now I have a ghost boyfriend. In April in this year, I met someone who had a lot of death surrounding them. Let's call him Alex. It was odd, but I felt an extreme. Oh, I heard that. Oh, that's.
I did one too.
Okay. All right, I had. Let's see here. I had extreme pull to him. An extreme pull to use a Ouija board with him. In the past, I've never messed with a board, and honestly, I've always been a bit frightened. Still, I knew I had to try it out with this particular individual. Barely an acquaintance. I invited Alex back to my apartment so we could try using the Ouija board. What do you think the name of this ghost boyfriend is? I want to get your poll on this.
Edward.
Okay. TJ is
Dad.
yelling in silence.
I think it's Dad.
It's not Dad. Give me a real name.
it's Doug.
Doug? Spanky?
I still think it's Dad.
Okay. Spanky is closest. I invited back to my apartment and we tried to use a Ouija board. During the session, the name Chad.
Oh,
This is the Chad ghost versus the virgin
Ghost hunter.
phantom. Chad came through. Stunned, Alex explained to me the friend of his died a few years back. His name was Chad. I knew essentially nothing about Alex's deceased friend and watched as Alex and Chad talk to each other through the board. Alex had never been into the paranormal, and I was sitting next to me, shocked, exclaiming that this was his friend, and I began to feel Chad's presence in my home. Alex explained that he could feel Chad's hand on his shoulders in comfort. I felt similar sensations and a clear presence. Following my session, my extreme pull towards Alex started to dissipate. In the days after, I noticed that I was still sensing Chad's presence. I could feel him and knew when he was around. Days turned into weeks and weeks turned into months. To this day, Chad is with me. I talk to him through the board semi-regularly. I have found that I can sense his feelings and thoughts as well as his touch. We've become very close and have a physical relationship as well.
this guy gotta suck off a ghost.
This is like in Ghostbusters
Mhm.
when he gets sucked off by that ghost. That's
I
like
remember that.
such a weird part of that movie, but like especially when I was like my favorite movie when I was a little kid. And I was like, "What's going on there?" Huh? I didn't ask my parents, but I had no clue. Here we go. We got some more interesting things. So they have a physical relationship. Chad likes feet
Oh,
and enjoys touching mine while I'm occupied doing other things. He thinks it's funny. He also tells me I'm beautiful and that he loves me often. Sometimes I get visions and see where he is and what he's doing. Over time, I have learned the nuances of his personality, how he likes to communicate, spelling habits he has on the board, and what makes him happy. We've had everything from light-hearted joking conversation to serious talks about life and what's important. Chad's even protective if I mention using the board somewhere else, which he every time clearly tells me not to do. Some of my friends believe me, and at the same time, it can be hard not to question my own beliefs. Yet I noticed my own ties to him strengthening over time. I can sense him more easily. TLDR, I have a relationship with a ghost I can feel and talk to. Does anyone else have a relationship like this? Do you believe me?
So in the movie Ghost, Patrick Swayze had a physical relationship, and they made ceramic pots. So I would suggest to this person to get into clay throwing. It's a very ghost friendly activity to do.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's less problematic than the first Reddit ship that we did. So
We had some more details.
It seems fine.
Yeah.
Go date your ghost. You're not hurting anybody.
I mean, you know, that's like the thing with these people. They're like
These people.
People that are way into ghosts and stuff.
Yeah, the song "Ghost and Stuff" by Dead Mouse. It's a good song.
Yeah. But anyway,
I hear Matt play it on Fuser and mix it together with "Hey All Star" by Smash Mouth a lot.
And a little bit of Rick
can you talk to us about Fuser?
Fuser is a video game where you're a festival DJ and you do lots of drugs and then have sex.
Is that
with
part
a
of
lot
the game?
No. I just assume that's what DJs do. I've never met one myself.
I think your first manager in Fuser is this little kid.
Yeah. I forget what his name is. But yeah. Yeah, it's like drop mix. It's like live remixes of shit. It's very fun. Go watch it. Fuser. But I do like to use a lot of All Star and Rick Astley and Alanis Morissette's Ironic and that sort of thing.
That's good.
I highly recommend
Fuser
it.
is good. I have it as well.
It's expensive as fuck though. I guess there's already like a $50 expansion pack that's not even included in the VIP thing.
Really?
Holy crap!
That's like such bullshit with games where they like have like an ultimate
it's probably
edition.
the music industry as well as games like butting up against each other.
It's like it's 50 more songs, so it's like $1 a song, which I don't know. Makes sense in a way, but also that's fucking expensive.
It is expensive because that's like an entire, basically separate game. You know, I feel you. I mean, that's kind of the way that they've always been, though, with like Rock Band.
I did find there's so when you're doing like the festivals, there's like video walls behind you, and that's all just like local files that are unencrypted, so you can just put whatever you want behind there.
Oh, sweet! So you can have like your own videos.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So you've replaced all your videos with Pizza Rat, then, right?
I haven't yet. I'm working on, and nobody better steal this fucking idea. I'm working on a program to use a MIDI controller with it because like part of it is like using your mouse for this on-screen like Novation Launchpad thing, and it really sucks. So I haven't actually been playing the game lately. I've just been kind of working on that.
Fair enough. I don't know, man. Video games.
But does the game not have? I mean, does the PC version not have like controller controls as well, like gamepad controls?
It has
because
like
it was made for console.
Yeah, it has like Xbox controls and stuff. I guess how does that work on the Switch when you're playing like the instruments?
So the big thing that you're probably talking about is what if you drop it onto what if you drop a track onto the like if I'm dropping a purple track, what if I'm dropping it on a spot that's the purple doesn't normally go?
No, maybe you haven't gotten to this part yet, but they give you actual instruments to like play, and it's like it looks like this thing.
Oh, gotcha.
And it's like loaded up with samples and stuff.
You still use a right stick for your cursor on the screen.
Oh, okay.
So you're still scrolling with the right stick. It's just you then can use the face buttons for a quick drop into its right spot. And then face buttons are also all the controls for like muting, lifting a track, and solo as well.
Yeah,
down there. But you're still using a cursor everywhere.
Yeah. So that's gonna be the easy part. I'm gonna transpose. It's ASDF on the keyboard, and translate certain MIDI notes to just those keyboard strokes, and then the other part will be just figuring out where the mouse needs to click on the screen for buttons to translate that part. That's the plan, anyway.
Is that what you were coding earlier?
Yeah, I was just I've coded C# a little bit in Unity, but I have no idea how that stuff works outside of Unity. So I was just doing some of the basics and just kind of getting familiar with Microsoft Visual Studio and doing a couple of C# tutorials there. Cool. And my brain, it's fucking fried from that.
I work in C# and Java, and Java's a lot like C#, so feel free to pick my brain if you ever want to.
Yeah.
Because I
will eventually. Like, right now, I could probably throw it together by just like copy pasting different like code from other sample projects and like different libraries and stuff, but like I wouldn't know how or why it worked. That's usually what I do in Unity, and I kind of want to just like figure out what the fuck I'm actually doing. So once I start to get my feet there, then I'm sure I'll come to you with a bunch of questions.
Well, make sure if you get your feet there, Chad the Ghost isn't around, because he's apparently very big into those.
Gotta be careful. Chad the Ghost versus the Virgin Ghost Hunters. You gotta watch out.
God, I want to hunt some ghosts.
Get my feet sucked off by a ghost.
Let's stop podcasting and hunt some ghosts.
Well, I got a couple more things to talk about before we're done.
Okay, fine.
Let's do a real quick one. Have you guys seen here, you know what? I'll just share my screen. It'll be easier so you guys can see the article. This is important. I know we can describe it to our listeners, but do you see this? This is a hashtag hack the menu.
Oh, nice.
Burger King trades buns for more meat. So this is only going to be in Japan, but they're calling it the Extreme 1 pound burger, beef burger.
Oh, and so basically, it's the KFC double down of burgers. If we watch
the video here, it is a like Whopper. It looks like, but instead of buns, it has 2 meat patties, and it's a double Whopper. So you have 4 meat patties. Would you eat this?
So
is that that's 2 on bottom?
I would eat this, but I just have to say that my Anaconda doesn't want any of this burger at all.
Really?
It doesn't want any unless you've got buns.
Oh, very good. That was very good.
I mean, that's basically, isn't that basically what people that are on like paleo diets eat anyway?
Basically,
yeah,
just meat.
But
yeah, I worked at Culver's at the height of Atkins, and there were a lot of people that you just get like the little paper
you get
tray
like
with the burgers,
the lettuce wrap bun.
No, I don't think we even had that yet.
I would do it the other way around. I don't like tomato and onions, so I would just do no pickles either. I would just do that with 4 patties with lettuce on the inside.
I would like to invent the gluten-only burger where every ingredient
just like a
is
drippy
red.
pile of goo.
Yeah.
Instead of gluten-free, it's all gluten.
Yeah, it's all gluten. So instead of a patty,
oops, all gluten.
Instead of a patty, we just like put some fucking burger grease into a piece of bread and then fry that on the grill, and then put that in with a cold piece of bread from the fridge to be like the veggies, and then put that in 2 toasted pieces of bread. So you've got a fried piece of bread with a cold piece of bread in between 2 toasted pieces of bread.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, that's a toast sandwich.
Spanky, I want to eat that right now.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me, actually.
Yeah.
I am all about carbs. I like to put carbs on carbs. Like oftentimes I'll have like fried rice I'll make, and then I'll be like, let's get some tortillas out and eat them like tacos or little mini burritos.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my friend is a dietitian, and one of the things that drives her crazy is that she'll get clients in and they'll say, "Oh, I've been eating a lot of veggies like corn." And she's like, "That's a carb. That's a grain. That's not a veggie. So you're having mashed potatoes and corns with dinner rolls. Yeah. That is just 100% carbs. There's no veggies in that.
I was about to
They're like,
say.
mashed potatoes ain't a veggie? No!
Well, you're in the South, so. it makes
Oh,
more
of course,
sense,
yes.
but-
Yeah.
You have to
So
understand.
there's a pile of butter on it.
So there's this Venn diagram, right? There's the liberal coastal elites, and then there's people where I'm from in the fucking deep South. And right in the tiny middle sliver of that is the diet. And it's not that like the liberal coastal elites and the Southerners have a lot in common in their diet, but every Southerner who just sticks to the Southern diet will eventually be diabetic. And once that happens, they share their diet with the coastal elites. So that's whenever you've got like fucking Bubba and his crew going to the fucking First Watch to have a gluten-free muffin for breakfast.
Also, gluten-free is definitely not necessarily healthier because a lot of times the gluten-free has more fat and calories in it.
Gluten-free is... I know that there are celiacs out there and people with gluten intolerance.
Definitely.
But 98% of all white people who are like, oh my God, I stopped eating gluten and I just feel so much better. Like, they're full of shit. They've mentally convinced themselves that the thing that they're doing is good for them.
Oh yeah.
And then they're getting that fucking the feel good brain stuff. What's it called?
The placebo effect.
No.
Well, they're getting serotonin.
But the feel good brain stuff. What's the feel good brain juice that goes to your brain? Dopamine. They're getting dopamine, and that's giving them placebo effect.
Well, it's also like people are like, oh man, I think I have gluten intolerance because I ate like a fucking pound of pasta and felt like shit the other day. It's like, I don't think it was the gluten.
When you eat a pound of pasta,
I don't think it's the gluten that did that. That is just
you
an
entire chicken Alfredo pizza.
And I got 2 orders of lasagna, and I ate them all in my car on the way to Denny's, where I had 2 pancakes. And let me tell you something: gluten is fucking killing me.
Are you guys ready?
I want some fucking gluten.
You talked about your carb on carbs, but you forgot to put chow mein noodles on there to give it some crunch.
Ooh, that sounds good. I like a good chow mein noodle crunch.
I could just eat those all day.
I actually have eaten them straight out of the bag multiple times.
I have eaten uncooked ramen cubes.
Well,
and they're delicious.
I love uncooked ramen. Uncooked ramen is awesome.
It's really good.
And now I want to try it because I love like.
You think it's gonna like when you
it will
first
suck all the
noodles.
moisture out of your mouth though.
Yeah, when you first go for it, you're like, I think it's gonna be hard. It's not. It's very crunchy.
It's messy. I'm a messy boy
Matt
when I
said,
eat that.
It makes it feel like you haven't had water in 10 years.
So it's like those Nature's Crunch or Nature's Valley granola bars when you just bite into it and shatters into 1,000 pieces on the floor.
But if it was a saltine cracker.
Yeah, like they're very like not hard. Like those Nature's whatever ones, those are like and like you have to shatter them. But it's a very like nice crunch in your mouth. The brick of ramen.
Nice. Can we talk about a pandemic thing? I have fingernails now.
Why?
I stopped chewing on my fingernails.
Is it because your drugs are working?
No, it's because
Did you get that better nail
choice.
polish?
No, but I have I put clear coat nail polish on all my nails now, and I think that
just to like feel fancy.
I think it disincentivizes me from chewing on them.
I would probably like. I need to get that fucking Nintendo Switch cartridge flavored fucking nail polish.
Because these are down to the fucking bone, basically. And I was like, you know what? I'm bored. It's a pandemic time. I could probably fix one thing about my shitty body. Let's make it so my fingernails are correct and I can open a can instead of having to like get a fucking.
So I
like
kind
a
of
spoon.
I have the chewing. This is what happened to me. I had the same exact issue, and this was a couple of years ago. And I'm like, I'm going to stop. I'm going to start trimming my fingernails to the correct length, and I'm gonna make sure that I don't have hangnails. So I'm gonna give them like the correct shape at the end because I'd used to just bite them and tear them off, and they'd always be as like right up to the fucking the quick or whatever. And I started doing that, and then what I figured out is I can push my thumb fingernail up underneath the new part of this fingernail where I haven't had any before. So what I'll do is I'll just like this fingernail, you can actually, it's my middle finger, so fuck all you if you can see it, but basically like this side of it is like shorter. It's because I take my thumb and I push it up under there until I eventually break that piece off. So like I have made myself stop biting my nails, and as a result, I've just started like pushing my nails off with my other nails because I'm still so fucking anxious all the time.
I get it.
Of course, now I take amphetamine every day. If I
Yeah.
didn't do that, it would not be that big of a problem.
It's just because you're
Probably.
tweaking constantly.
It's true.
Nice. My dog has made a nest in our bed, says my wife.
Is she drooling all over the
My
place?
wife.
I would like to mention that the dog spent a large portion of the podcast sitting in here with me. And I think it's because we bought a sweater for our dog, and Lauren put it on her, so she doesn't like being near Lauren now.
Oh, come here. Come here.
Hey TJ, did you get affiliate status the hard way?
Come here.
Probably.
On Twitch?
Why?
Because now, if you subscribe to the Twitch Monster, I'm sorry, if you subscribe to Monster
right.
Cat Gold, which is a Twitch affiliate that provides songs to play during a stream, if you subscribe to them, you automatically become a Twitch affiliate for $5 a month.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's just, you know what?
I'm affiliate. Will that make me partner then?
No, it has nothing to do with that.
I know.
But it is kind of an interesting thing that I think will be the future will be, because there's something that'll need to be fixed with this, because the fact that streaming is not going away, and there is a lot of people like streaming games, and they can't stream music because they're cracking down on it. So licensing is going to have
Monster
to get
Cat
fixed.
podcast, or sorry, Monster Cat, the label has always been extremely like geared toward letting people use their music. They had a podcast.
Fuck, dude, $5 a month is super cheap for anyone who's like a creator who wants to put some cool
Right.
music
Well,
in
so
the
they
background.
have a podcast. I assume they still have a podcast, but the podcast is basically meant for like, it comes out weekly, and it's meant for streamers to just kind of like play the podcast. Like it's just the music in a row. But it's like a selection, and they'll have like an introduction, and you can basically just play the podcast in the background, and you can use like the closed captions of the podcast to have like the current track playing show up on your stream. I remember that being a thing whenever I used to watch Dota 2 tournaments in like 2014. And that was pretty cool, but that's how I'm like I know a lot of like EDM artists that were on Monster Cat before I started like watching esports back then, but like Monster Cat was all over esports and like Dota 2 streamers and stuff, because they were like very clear to the artists that were on their label, like if you're on Monster Cat and you want to be featured in the Monster Cat podcast, then you're also going to be part of our package of music that like people can stream on.
Yeah, I mean, did you see?
I don't know if I like the whole like some people had to do this the hard way, and now that capitalism, you can do $5 or whatever. I don't know if I like that, but at the same time, like
getting affiliates
no
not
ethical
that
conception
hard
under capitalism. So
like you just have to use you just have to stream really consistently.
Getting affiliates not hard. You just have to game the system by playing party games, like 12 days in a single month.
Yeah,
I mean, then you only have to stream 7 days in a month, but you do it 12 days, and you'll get enough of a following to get that average viewers of 3.
Nice. Okay, yeah, because I saw an article about do you see Cyberpunk 2077 will have a mode for a content creator mode that will disable any of the copyrighted music.
I did hear that.
That's so Cyberpunk of them to follow copyright law.
Yeah, so punk.
Ugh.
Well, no, I was telling someone, I was like, there's a lot of things about the game Cyberpunk that I think is really stupid. Like they're using the aesthetic of Cyberpunk, but like none of the ethics of Cyberpunk, which is vastly more important, which is that technology is going to be the only way to fight against capitalism once it gets so large that it's like we can't do anything about it. Like digitally enforcing copyright laws is the most anti-fucking cyberpunk thing I can even possibly imagine in my entire life. So I was telling someone, I was like, they're like, yes, I do like the aesthetic and I love cyberpunk things, but I'm gonna have to pirate this game because that's the only cyberpunk way to actually enjoy this fucking piece of capitalist garbage.
Yeah. All
I'm
right, we
just
got
gonna
one
play
final
Stray.
story.
I'm just gonna play Stray and pretend it's Cyberpunk.
We got one final story, boys. 2020 is ready to set everything off, with a bang. Men discover mysterious metal monolith in Utah wilderness.
Oh my god, I got a news alert for that earlier. I didn't read it. What the fuck is
Immediately
that?
touched this. It was on avclub.com. So it was an NBC affiliate in Utah, KSL TV. There's a helicopter crew from the Utah Department of Public Safety, which was assisting the Division of Wildlife, basically just counting the bighorn sheep in a range. And they were like, "Hey, look at that! There's a glint down there." And they, sat down and went over, and there is a gigantic metal structure, eerily similar to the Stanley Kubrick monolith from 2001: A Space Odyssey, just sitting in this area of the Utah.
It's like a canyon or something.
Yeah, like a canyon, and it's like 10 to 12 feet high, and it's like shiny stainless steel looking metal, and it's planted in the ground. It isn't like just sitting there. You couldn't knock it over. So yeah, something's gonna happen. We got a monolith now. That's been
Great.
found.
Now the question is, did it come from the sky down, or did it come up from the ground?
It does look like it possibly came from the sky and landed.
Okay.
But yeah, it's in like a little nook, and it's.
So there's this meme that I like, which is about people who think that the moon landing was faked, and it is that the government did hire Stanley Kubrick to fake the moon landing, but because Stanley Kubrick is such an ass of a director, he made them actually go to the moon to film it.
I've heard
So
that
part of
before.
me thinks that they actually went to space to film the fucking monolith Star Child bullshit from 2001.
I'm streaming the footage of the monolith, so
All right.
people on the podcast can watch it.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I told you, it is just they say 10 to 12 foot tall monolith. It's out in the middle of the Utah desert.
I bet it's a Banksy.
Somebody
it's like stuck in the ground.
put in a lot of effort to haul that
How
thing
tall
out
it
there,
is.
though.
About tall as two people. Yeah, we just found it. So yeah, that's going on.
All right,
Nice.
cool.
So I don't know what's going to happen with that, but I guess that's the next plot twist of 2020.
Yeah,
Ouch.
I mean, well, you need something for the finale.
All right.
Yeah.
So either we're all gonna die, or it's a fucking advertisement.
It's an advertisement.
Oh
That's
my
it.
god. It's gonna be fucking. It's an advertisement. It was gonna be an advertising campaign for Quibi, but they just forgot about it because they went bankrupt. Because it's in portrait mode. The monolith is in portrait mode.
That's true. No, I think the boring thing might be that's like a GPS or military satellite sighting thing where they can glint the metal, see the glinted metal.
Oh, maybe.
That's probably the boring explanation.
Or some geocachers thing.
Or the thing that the guy says in the helicopter pilot, yeah, this is probably some sort of art project that somebody made and just put it out here in the middle of nowhere as a thing, because it's very reminiscent of the Kubrick opening of 2001: A Space Odyssey, where the monkeys find the monolith, and because it's in a little rocky outcropping just like that.
It looks like there's two I guess park rangers or something that found it. Did one murder the other one?
That hasn't happened yet. They did just find it.
Okay.
So it's quite possible.
Okay, so the monkeys are quicker learners.
Well, I was going to say, we'll find out a week from now. One of them has cut his eyes out and then wrote in blood on his wall, they're coming or something. And then we'll
just go full creepypasta.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to go full. I mean, I've been playing Control on the Xbox. I've gotten way into the SCP.
I was just telling John I bought Control Ultimate because if any listener listens to this, I think it runs to the first week of December or something, which is probably fucking too late
for this to be out. But if you're watching live,
if you're watching live at fucking theweednumber.com/live or whatever, or no, hemsworthfeet.world.
Hemsworthfeet.world.
Yeah, if you're watching live at hemsworthfeet.world, then you'll know that the Ultimate Edition of Control, which comes with like the next gen upgrade if you buy it for a current gen console, is $20 as part of the Black Friday sale. John bought it for $40 like a week and a half ago.
Correct.
I downloaded it today and have yet to start it because of World of Warcraft, but it is my once I get a couple characters through the questing stuff in World of Warcraft, I'm gonna play Control.
It is fucking excellent.
It looks amazing.
So good. It is so good, and it reminds me of why Remedy is so good. Like I loved Alan Wake, and this kind of feels similar.
Oh yeah, I love Alan Wake.
Where it's like really like instead of being like let's be like a Twin Peaks kind of vibe, this is much more of a like an SCP, like kind of going off that, where there's like you'll just find correspondence that people like finding weird shit. You know, like there's like a light switch that somebody found in a house that like when you flick it, it transports you somewhere, basically. Just all sorts of weird shit like that you find. And then like, I don't know. But you can read all about it. And then the combat's pretty good. Where you kind of have like a gun that you can like morph into different forms, because it's like made of this weird, it's an OOP, as they call them, an object of power. So it has special properties. There's other ones too, like a telephone that's not connected to anything, but you can talk to the board of directors of the. It's got its own lore. It's very deep and very cool, and I love it. And I'm
like
way
that
into
stuff.
it right now.
One of my friends said it reminded him of like Resident Evil and all the weird, extremely deep lore that exists within Resident Evil that you can ignore if you were the kind of person who just wanted to play like the game portion of it.
Yeah.
But me, as someone who has purchased every single Resident Evil game and is like, I'm like super big into weird lore, stupid bullshit, like whether or not it makes sense, obviously, as you, I'm sure, have been able to glean from mine and TJ's obsession with Kingdom Hearts. I just love weird, overthought shit like that, and whenever it lands, it's really awesome, and that's what I've heard about Control.
Yeah, Control is like, it takes place in a building called the Federal Bureau of Control, which is in the building they call the Oldest House. And it is a building that can transform and shape itself while you're in it, kind of like, you know, like when they talk about like Harry Potter, like shifting staircases and stuff. And so that's in there, and there's like doors that change where they go to. It's just fucking cool. It's like so
the environment's like fully destructible too, right?
Yes, because one of the first abilities you get as the director, because you become the director immediately through circumstances I won't spoil, but you get telekinesis, so you can like grab anything with your like mind powers and throw it at enemies, and it's very satisfying, especially grabbing the fire extinguishers and throwing them, because they explode and spray like fire extinguishing foam everywhere. And like there's a reason why it was, I think when it came out on PS4 and Xbox One, people complained about it chugging and running poorly, because it uses a lot of like physics and stuff. Because there's just like full rooms that you can blast apart with your mind powers.
So I watched one of those like, we got the RTX NVIDIA 3090 and we're gonna put it through its paces with a Core i9, like one of those like $6,000 computers that they just like try and see how much it can do. And like Control runs at 40 frames per second on that shit.
Yeah.
So like, and that's with like maximum settings, like ray tracing, real time, everything turned on. And it runs at 40 FPS on literally the highest end hardware you can buy right now. So like, it's definitely one of those games where like all the graphical features were designed for technology that really doesn't even exist yet.
Yeah. So it's fun though. I would definitely pick it up for $20, especially.
And where did you say it was $20?
It's on PS4,
the PS4
and
store,
Xbox One.
Yeah,
I do not know if Steam is going to have a Black Friday sale or not, but I was looking for it since it's on an old.
It's not on Steam. It was a.
It's on Steam.
Control Ultimate wasn't on Steam, so they must have put it on Steam. But
yeah, it's on. That, I mean, that's how
the first year it was Epic Game Store exclusive.
Yeah, it's definitely on there now for $39.99.
Yeah, the $39.99 is the price I paid, which is the normal price for that.
You may check Epic Game Store though, because like it's on sale on PS4 and Xbox. So it's likely that it'll be on sale on one of the stores on
It's like,
PS.
I am 18.
On PC.
Epic Game Store.
Anyway,
I don't know where the price is on this
we
thing.
should probably end the podcast.
I guess it's
now,
like
though.
$30.
I need to
something.
go.
You need to go?
Well,
You gotta go
bedtime.
poop? You gotta poop?
It's bedtime.
John has to go.
I pooped before
fair.
we started.
Okay, well,
John has to go.
Banky and I
poopy.
took a group poop break.
We
Alright.
took a group poop.
just
because
pretend that
we
you're
were
hearing
playing
the
World of
music right
Warcraft.
now because it's playing and you can't hear it, but everybody else
Wow,
can.
really?
Yeah, I didn't do
Yep.
the routing right for Discord, and I didn't want to try and fix it mid podcast and fuck everything else
No,
up.
that's fair. Thank you. But I can just imagine the music is happening right now.
Yeah, it's going right now.
I'm gonna go on Twitch and make sure it actually is happening.
It is happening.
How do you know?
I mean, because I don't know, I'm listening to it.
On Twitch?
No. Is it
Well, we're gonna find out.
Well, let's find
Anyway,
out. if it's
I'm
happening on
John
Twitch.
_danger at twitter.com. You can find me there.
It is going on Twitch. I just checked it.
Okay, thank you.
And you can find me at matthagmusic.com.
At mayhavemade84 on Twitter for me. That's TJ. Also, twitch.tv/mayhavemay something. Yeah.
You can find me at John_danger at twitter.com. I am TJ May of May, and watch my streams at hemsworthfeet.world.
You
So you're
can
on
find me.
Mastodon?
You can find me hanging out at Ogremar with my sweet new Lockamere mace.
Yeah, you got Lockamere, baby.
Yeah.
And Toep.
Yeah.
You're fucking geared out.
Yeah.
Ready for Naxxramas. Are you ready to... Are you attuned?
No, I'm almost exalted, so I'm trying to get the last couple.
Ah,
I was like, I could pay a shitload of gold. Nobody cares about this, but they can skip it. Whatever. It's the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
I was like, I can pay gold, or I could just like do as many Skolo runs as I can and make gold while I'm doing it. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to do that.
yeah, I'm at honored 10% through. I need 90% more to get to revered.
It slows down so much at Revered.
It does. It really does. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it in time. But I did pick up enough of the met materials for it. So, yep. I'll be
Alright.
ready. I'll pay out the ass for the attunement. They got so lazy with the attunement quests. The next round was just like, just buy a bunch of
Just pay a
shit.
bunch of money. It's fine. Whatever.
Just pay us money to play the raid.
Still better than
game.
fucking Oni. So I'd rather have
Oni
that.
Oni is fun. It's a quest chain. Get ready for
Yeah, on one, it's fun.
yes,
one time.
one character. Yeah.
If you have
Get
an
ready.
ult, it's the more you have to do it, it's just a nightmare.
Get ready, Matt, because Burning Crusade, boy, does that have attunements.
Yep.
Oh,
Holy
good.
shit.
They are not as bad as Onyxia. They are
Oh,
much
but
more
Serpentine
involved.
Cavern is really hard, or really
It's hard,
long.
but no, they're. I would say they're more involved than
Mhm.
the ones in like Ani is stupidly involved, but the other attunements are like
Yeah, that's
you know
true.
go to Molten Core's rock inside BRD, or
Mhm.
like go get me a bunch of fucking money. And like with Burning Crusade, they're all like about 70% as involved as Ani.
All right.
Wait, Matt. Wait, did you say you wanted to?
We'll continue this conversation, but I'm going to end the stream.
Bye.
Goodbye, everyone.